Dear student, welcome to the part 2 of zone refining methods. In this part, we will discuss about the types of zone refining methods. Dear student, please note that zone refining method is constitute of two types. One of zone refining method is known as horizontal zone refining method. Another type of zone refining method is known as vertical zone refining method. Let's discuss the horizontal zone refining method with a schematic diagram. So the horizontal zone refining setup basically consists of a furnace. Okay, so this is an exterior part of the furnace of the horizontal zone refining setup, and this is the interior part of the horizontal zone refining setup. Okay, so inside the interior part of the horizontal zone refining furnace, the polycrystalline material which we want to convert into highly single crystalline material is placed in horizontal fashion. So in this way, the polycrystalline material is placed horizontally inside the interior of the horizontal zone melting furnace. This polycrystalline material is connected with high temperature heating setup inside the horizontal zone refining chamber. So these are high temperature heaters, and these high temperature heaters basically are connected or basically focused into a small region of the impure polycrystalline material. Dear student, please note that the role of the heaters used in zone refining method is very important, because the zone refining method required highly focused heating setup. So the heat will be basically it will be transported into very focused and narrow region of the polycrystalline material. Heaters used in zone refining methods are usually induction coils, or they are highly resistive coils. But dear students, please note that we in semiconductor industry we want to prepare a highly pure single crystals. So the heaters based on induction coils or high resistive coils can create impurities inside the single crystals. So due to this, most commonly used uh, heating setup in zone refining methods are based on optical heaters. Commonly used optical heaters are based on xenon or argon lamps. These lamps are of high power, so basically these argon or xenon lamp melt a very focused and small narrow region of the polycrystalline material, which is represented by schematic like this. Okay, so this is a melt representation for the melt of this polycrystalline material. Dear student, please note that the principle of the zone refining method is a physical phenomenon known as segregation coefficient, which is a ratio of transportation of impurities from the solid to a liquid. And the ratio of transportation of impurity from solid to a liquid is less than 1, which means that the impurities from the solid will be easily transported into a liquid phase. Dear students, segregation coefficient depend on material. Okay, so if the ratio of the solid to liquid is closer or nearer to 1, the the transportation of impurity will be very slow. So in this case, the heaters zone refining method will move very slowly to prepare highly pure material. So the heaters used in zone refining method are usually based on or frequently based on optical heating setup, and these optical heaters melt small region of the polycrystalline material. So these heaters are connected in horizontal way with a moving setup like this. So these are the external motors. Basically, these are the external motors which move the heaters along the forward direction of these polycrystals. Okay, so when the heaters move along the forward direction, the temperature of the region which is left behind, this small which was initially a melt region, will be decreased and it will be converted into a solid phase of pure material like this. So this is a pure material which is left behind the melt, and all the impurities from this pure material will be transported into the liquid phase due to acidification coefficient like this. So dear student, please note that in this way the motor in the zone defining method will move the heaters along the forward direction in the furnace, and when like in the furnace, and so when this heater basically reach somewhere there, this region will be melted and the region left behind, which is melt in the form of melt, will be converted into highly pure single crystal like this. And in this way the motor will, the heater will reach to the end of this polycrystalline ingot. So this in small region of the polycrystalline ingot will be in the form of liquid phase and will be full of the impurities. So this small region will be choked off and the rest of the remaining region of the polycrystalline material will be converted into highly pure single crystal material. Dear student, please note that this method was initially used for purifying a metal, and after this advancement, this method was basically used to prepare a single crystals. Okay, the interesting fact about this method is the high level of purity. So material prepared with zone defining method is mostly pure than all the other available single crystal growth techniques from the melt, like Zagorowski technique, like horizontal and vertical bridgman methods. So this method, the movement of the heaters used in zone defined processes is done again and again, and the material prepared in the single crystalline is purified and purified again and again. So in this way, the semiconductor material industry basically produce highly pure single crystalline material. So dear student, thank you for watching this lecture. In next part of our lecture series of zone defining, I will explain about the vertical zone defining method, that how this method is used and why vertical zone defining method is less common in microelectronics industries, and what are the drawbacks of vertical zone defining method as compared to horizontal zone defining methods. So thank you for watching this lecture.